There we go.
All right, we are live.
We're live here. Start getting some peeps up in here.
Do you see it on Facebook?
I'm getting ready to reload our page. It doesn't show us yet, but that doesn't mean it's not coming. Yep, we're on. Yeah, we're hot.
We're hot. Okay.
So I'm going to jump over to the Facebook part so that I can watch the chats come in. I think we're good over there.
I'm so new to this. Like, I don't know where I would see them come in as well, but I should be able to. I mean, it's switch to 5-load racing. I should be able to see the chat, right?
Yeah, it looks like there's about a 15-second delay from Restream to Facebook. That's kind of what I'm getting right now. We've got 2 people watching with us, but I can't see who it is yet. Switch to...
Oh, it even does
the captions.
The captions, cool.
I'm trying to see if I can get the chat.
I don't see the chat either.
Could it be turned off, possibly?
I mean, I gave it all the permissions I could.
Okay.
Hopefully everybody comes piling in here, comes watch with us.
Oh, yeah. And if you are in with us right now, thank you guys for being here. We're working out our first live stream together, so bear with us if we're a little slow on the adjustments. We got 3 in here with us right now. Mr. Luke, thank you for jumping in with us, bud. Hope you guys are excited for championship weekend. I know it's been exciting with the trucks and the Xfinity guys so far. Alexander Polk is watching with us. Thanks for jumping in, Alex. We appreciate you. Make sure to share, guys. Make sure to share it and hit that like button for us too. Let's go Reddick is what Alexander says. Yeah, man, let's go 4-5.
Yeah. Okay, so now I can see the chats in here.
Okay. Luke says Trackhouse on. So he saw my Trackhouse, but he says it's going to be the 24 car in 2024. That's Luke's pick.
Okay.
I like it. It's got a good ring to it. Hey, it's like Joey Logano winning in 2022.
Cheers to everybody joining. Thanks for hopping in.
Yeah, thank you guys. Hey, Don, thank you for jumping in with us, bud. Good to see you. Richard says, let's go, Blaney. Richard, good to see you, bud.
So, guys, during this feed, I will also have some spotter communication in my ear. So there's a delay from our live anyway to TV. It's probably going to sync up, but I'll be letting you know if I hear anything crazy going on, why this is going on.
Oh, it looks like everything is linked up really well. All right. Ryan, you said you got the chat also, right?
I see it pop up on the side. The last one was Richard said, let's go Blaney.
Okay, cool. And you're on Facebook or are you on Restream?
I can see on Restream that chat, but I can't respond. So
yeah, so we'll just be voice, and then if you want to respond through text, it'll be through Facebook.
Yeah. Guys, you could comment and share on Facebook as well. Like, do all that fun stuff.
You guys that are watching on YouTube, thank you for joining us also. Make sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. You know all the good stuff that comes with supporting your favorite channels.
I can't believe it's here. Championship race. This is fun. This is exciting.
Championship race, man. It's been an incredible season. just everything that all the drivers, all the playoff guys have been through this year, the amount of stress, the amount of just anxiety, and all the emotions that come with putting together a championship run with your team is just incredible. Hats off to all of them, really. And it doesn't matter who you're cheering for, whether you're cheering for one of the championship four or you're cheering for your favorite guy that's not in it. We welcome it all. We want to hear about them. We want to hear who you're going for in this Phoenix race. Mr. Ferguson says, "Go 45. Just won't see the diecast if he wins." Boy, ain't that the truth.
Yeah, I see it now on Facebook, the chat, and I can respond through side draft. There's a slip. I can respond through 5 Lug Racing.
Michael Jordan's in house at Phoenix Raceway to see his 45 car, his opportunity to win a championship. I'm sure Hendrick is there also. I'm sure Mr. Penske made the trip just in case one of their guys got into victory lane or into championship formation tonight. Unfortunately, we can't see the YouTube chat.
Oh, well, I haven't mastered being at 2 places at once, but actually I'm trying to be right now.
Yeah, I'm working on a third right now. I'm on Restream, YouTube, and let's see, 5 Lug. We'll go jump on here. 5 Lug Racing. Okay. Oh yeah, there we are. All right, I got YouTube up on the side, Bubba. Mute that. Nobody wants to hear my voice over there too. All right, if you're watching with us, guys, we're getting used to the live feed here, but thank you so much for being with us. We're really excited for the championship race. These guys are strapped in, helmets are on, nets are up, and we are about to turn these boys loose. Ryan, how you feeling, man?
I'm starting to feel the nerves and the jitters a little bit, man. It's been a long time since a driver, since a driver I've watched since the dirt days has had a chance. Aside from Seabell, who's had his chances at it, but it's great to see Reddick have a chance at a chip today, and
Absolutely.
I just hope that all 4 have a good race, and it's the best man wins, and not necessarily having to rely on luck or misfortune from somebody else,
Right.
to play into it. But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting.
I've got chills, I've got goosebumps. I'm super nervous. I've been nervous all morning. Like just thinking about this all week. We knew Reddick was going to take it easy last week. Blaney was all out, so they were on different ends of the spectrum as far as how their Martinsville race played out. Really excited for Blaney to get in here and have a shot to defend his title. Of course, Joey's in here. He's going to try and recapture his glory from 2 years ago. And of course, William Byron, with the Hendrick Chevy, he's always going to be a contender. He's always going to be in there.
So I got my TV down as far as I'll turn it back down a little bit.
So we're
thank you, Trivial Life, for the feedback. Appreciate that. Plus, we don't want it, echoing as well.
Yes, thank you very much.
But I got mine turned down.
Yeah, I just went ahead and muted mine just to be safe.
Yep. Can you all hear the spotter that's coming through my ear, or no?
No, we can't. No.
Okay. All right.
The only thing you could hear was the background noise of your TV, bud.
Okay. Well, background noise has been taken care of.
Good deal. Yeah, it sounds good now. Yeah, thank you. Is that Trioval Life?
Oh, Trioval Life. I thought it said Trivial. I read it real quick. My bad.
Thank you very much.
Although life is trivial, we will say that. I'm representing today. Everybody who's watching, cheers to you.
Cheers, guys.
Happy race. This is a championship race, guys. This is our Super Bowl. I know they say that Daytona 500 is the Super Bowl of NASCAR too, and rightfully so. It's exciting, but when you get to crown an actual champion of the sport, it's special. It's a
Absolutely.
special day.
Absolutely.
We got 2 champions in the championship 4 and 2 non-champions in the championship 4. So we'll see. 50% chance of a new champion in NASCAR,
That's right. And a 50% chance Penske goes three-peat on us.
which is wild.
That's
Which is
incredible.
which is wild. That's dynasty stuff right there. And I mean, especially in this format.
Right.
And in this format, I mean, I know it's not the same driver going 3 in a row, but still, the
For the
team
same team.
tri-oval. Oh, that makes more sense.
Tri-oval.
Tri-oval. Sorry about that, but
Wow.
makes
I
sense.
was butchering that. I went trio vol.
Yeah,
Goodness.
man.
Thank you for explaining, bud.
Apparently, my Beast Unleash is kicking in already.
Good deal. Ryan, excited to be here with you, man. Cheers to the final race of the season. I know we get to Daytona, and it usually it seems like the off season flies by, but man, we got 99 days until Daytona. But at least we got a race today.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Trioval says, "Love the new name change." Yeah, we went through a little rebrand. We wanted to try and eliminate the media moniker out of our title. It appears that not a lot of people are too fond of the media, so we were able to get a little rebrand going, and it turned out really, really good. We're really excited about it.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Trioval. We appreciate that, and it was fun rebranding it. Let me tell you, it was the logo design and all that. I had a blast doing it, and just creating a solid identity to go forward. And that media moniker can be dangerous in this sport. So
Right,
yes, we are, but no, we're not media. So it's so broad. And really, right now, what we do is primarily social media, which
right.
you know, but that's hopefully they change too, guys. There's a caution already. If you're seeing this coming through, I don't know the details, but I just got told yellow, yellow, yellow in my ear. I know Reddick wasn't in it, so let's see. I'm watching right now to see what happened, but
I mean, so far it was a really clean start. Looks like everybody's getting sorted out through 1 and 2.
oh, it was the other monster car. Ty Gibbs touched a wall. Oh, and then somebody just nails the wall behind. Oh, it was Ty Gibbs again.
Ty Gibbs, yeah, Ty Gibbs washed up big time.
Man, that was a hard hit. That was a hard lick to the passenger side of the car. Yeah, that was a hard lick. So I'm thinking that contact that he made, it looks like he made the contact, and I don't have the commentary on. So that first contact with the wall probably punctured the tire. Tire goes flat, and then he ate the wall hard. His day's got to be done. It almost looks like he's stuck in the wall. He's not, but I mean,
yeah, that was a pretty nasty hit. Let's just hope that
yeah,
Ty is okay. It looks like he is trying to move the car off the wall, so that's good.
right.
But
Yeah, because if you get out, your race is over. So, but I'm
right.
telling you that right front's cooked. There's got to be suspension damage there.
Yeah. AMR safety team right on top of it. The tow truck already thinks he's picking it up.
Yeah, Richard, I see you. Ty Gibbs did almost take the wall down. That was a hard hit.
Let's hope he's okay. He's still got his net up, so something tells me that he thinks his car is still drivable. But we're going to find out here in just a second exactly how bad it is. So apparently coming out of 4, he washes up. And do we think he might have had a tire down before he got to the wall?
Oh, man.
Oh, that's such a bad hit. My goodness.
Yeah, something it snapped on him. That's violent. That's a violent hit already.
Thank goodness for these safer walls, y'all. And as long as they've been up for 20 years now, they have been absolutely instrumental into saving drivers' lives. Let's just call it what it is, man. Uh, well done by NASCAR taking a tragic event back in 2001 and turning it into a positive for drivers to be able to race today.
Absolutely.
You know, I know we lost Dale in 2001, but how many lives after that Dale has saved because of his wreck is incredible. Yeah, and Ty Gibbs is going to go ahead and make his way to the medical center and get checked out. It looks like he's walking fine, so he should be okay. And just like that, guys, we've got our first DNF of the day at Championship Week in Phoenix.
Right. That's wild. I'll tell you, that was a nasty, nasty hit, man. I mean, I'm sure by now we've all seen the replays many times, but thank God for the safer barrier. I mean, that was a vicious hit.
Trioval says, he says, I understand what y'all mean about the media stuff. He says, I'm just a fan. Well, because I live like 10 miles from Dale Jr., there's no reason to try and be an insider when you're not going to be more than an insider than Dale Jr. You feel me? Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, in Five Lug Racing's instance, we got one of us down in South Texas, myself, Don, and Ryan is up in Pennsylvania. So you know, we've got a good distance between us, but we're not near North Carolina. So there's not a lot of fans around in our areas. But with the channel, we're able to bring a lot more content for everybody in our area.
Yeah, and you know, I get it. You as far as you know, whatever you were doing, Trioval, I'll chat with you privately maybe after the race or this week, whatever you were trying to do. But I mean, you know, Dale Jr. is Dale Jr., right? We can't compete with the Dale Jr. podcast either, and that's not our goal. Our goal is just to continue to engage the racing fans, you know, like yourself, and you know, we were race fans before we started doing this, and but you know, as far as the media moniker is concerned, you know, we were just a couple guys that walked into a major league sport this year and really had substantial fortune, you know, come our way to be able to grow as quickly as we did and have some industry experts latch on to what we were trying to do and shine light on the hardworking men and women in this sport. We love the drivers, right? You know, everybody latches on to drivers and their success, but at the same time, you know, it takes a lot to go racing, and there's just so many moving parts and pieces, and that's why we started this. And to have guests on our show, you know, that were contending for championship last night, and we've had a guest on the show who actually took the checkered last night. You know, it's been a beautiful thing, and you know, shout out to our guests from SHR. Thank you guys for all the support you gave us throughout this season, and you know, we reciprocated as much as we can. It was great to see Stuart Haas Racing go out with as far as on the Xfinity side, go out with a win last night. I know they were trying really hard to win that championship as well. And I thought for a while it was going to be a 1-2 finish and they take it both down, but didn't happen that way. But yeah, I mean, the growth that we've had, Don, you know, really in part was because of that niche, so to speak, that you know, shining a light on things a little differently than mainstream NASCAR media does, and you know, we're only going to continue to do that and grow, and you know, just continue to engage fans and put out content that's, you know, visually advertising and you know, stuff that people want to engage with. And you know, you guys are here, everybody clicking into this. Let us know what you want to see in 2025 from us. You know, we'll do our best we can to make things happen. 2025 is going to be fun. I know there's a couple things already we've discussed going into it, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be really fun. We get to crown a champion though today, and you know, there's already a couple great interviews in the pipeline that are recorded and will be released soon.
Yep.
You know, that's you know, some good off season stuff, and you know, we'll continue to get you more. You know, that's
the goal.
Nose to the grindstone, man. You know, we're just gonna keep working for it. So
that's it. That's really well said, Ryan. Everything you said, and of course the guys and the guests, that the men and young lady that have been on our show so far, with Jade. I mean, all of our guests have just become a special part of what we're trying to build here, and we're so grateful for every single one of them taking time out of their busy schedules to jump on and kind of share their story with us, and of course our followers too. That way they get to learn a little bit more about behind the scenes instead of just what they're showing us on TV.
And I just to comment on that last post that you made, Trioval, greatly appreciate your support and glad that you've been here the last couple of months. And really, we've only been here the last couple of months. It's so
Right?
crazy. We've been doing this for 4 months, and just wild.
It's been a
To
blur, man. It's been an
yeah,
absolute
it's
blur.
I just think it's so funny because he said the last few months, and really we've only been here 4. So thank you. We appreciate your support. Hope you stick around a lot longer. We're hoping to do the same. So,
Yeah, and
and
if
we
y'all are,
appreciate the kind words.
yeah, absolutely. Well said, Ryan. And if y'all are on right now and listening, throw a share on there. Every little bit helps. You never
Yep.
know who could jump on with us and enjoy the content as well. So just give a quick share, and we appreciate it, guys. So Ty Gibbs, it looks like he's going to be okay. That was a really, really rowdy hit. We've seen some doozies this year too. With we saw Kyle Larson at Atlanta take a really bad hit, and all these guys. I mean, we heard Kyle Larson directly after he smashed that wall and got lit up by Chase Briscoe, and
Oh, Atlanta.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kyle sounded perfectly fine when he came over the radio. So those are just great aspects to the race cars and the walls, the racetracks, everything safety that NASCAR has done. Obviously, is doing very well. To hear Kyle talk so normal and not kind of be grunting out of a wrecked situation that he was in after Atlanta, it just speaks absolute wonders to what they've done to these cars.
Yeah. Well, we're going back to green, guys.
Good deal.
I'll tell you, these restarts have been
Probably
absolutely
awesome that
wild
you've been there
here.
since. Yeah, the restarts get nuts. So they got all 4 of the cars, camera views, driver view, and crew chief right now on the screen. We've got 16 windows of information coming at us. All right, Martin Truex Jr. taking the green flag.
And Logano P1 right now.
Yep,
Got
Logano
around
jumped in.
him.
Yep. And one of the things you got to love about Phoenix is the amount of lanes that you have to run. You get caught up in some of these racetracks where it seems like only one lane works for everybody, right? But when you come to Phoenix, man, there is at least 5 lanes throughout this racetrack that you can search around for speed, grip, whatever it is that you need to make your car work. There's plenty of options to get after it. Everybody keeping it real, real calm right now. Of course, we see some 4-wide racing with Hamlin, Larson. There's that Cindric and Reddick on the outside of these 4. That's pretty intense right there. Wow. And Reddick just shoots the gap and gets through all of it. Yeah, to everybody that's joining right now, looks like we got a handful of people in here with us. Thank you guys for being here. I keep losing my phone. What do you think for stage 1, Ryan? You think everybody keeps it pretty tame?
Probably. I mean, especially after that early incident with Ty Gibbs and ending his season early.
Yep.
I think so. I even see a little less dipping on the on the apron there. I mean, these restarts. Oof. Danny Larson and Blaney really tight there, and that could have been ugly. But like you even watch practice, right? I watch practice with these Cup cars here at Phoenix, and a lot of them practice not going below that yellow line, and diving hard on the apron, and then you see him do it in qualifying, you see him do it in the race, and I think the way that the Cup cars were trying, the Cup teams were trying to practice was for the long run. I mean, those restarts seem to be where you're going to see them cut the track more. Really, there are no track limits here.
Right.
They
And
use
so
up
you'll
every
see
inch.
they have that yellow line. And I noticed this yesterday with Xfinity is that yellow line at Phoenix gets really confusing because if you're not as familiar with racing, if you're one of the newer fans that are jumping in, some of those yellow lines at these racetracks, namely Daytona and Talladega, you're not allowed to go below that yellow line. If you go below that yellow line, NASCAR slaps you on the hand and says, go do a pass through pit road for breaking out of bounds. At some of these other racetracks, those lines mean nothing. If there's asphalt there, hey, Michael, thank you so much for jumping in, bud. I appreciate it. If you go below that yellow line at some of these racetracks, you're completely open to go wherever you want. If your car works there, put your car there. It don't matter.
All right.
So yeah, stage one seems to be everybody seems to be filing pretty clean. Reddick is trying this car on the wall. He's trying it down low. Anywhere that car will gain some grip. He is trying
Yeah.
to find it.
Yeah, I think he just made a successful pass around Chastain. So he's P6 right now, hunting the 22 and 24.
Yep.
So far you gotta like what you're seeing out of this race. I mean, it's been pretty clean. The championship drivers are moving on up. Um, I expect to see them all in the top 10 today throughout this race. It's just going to play who's going to have the long run speed and pace. How do the tires wear? Yesterday in the Xfinity race, tires were cording, on longer runs.
Yep.
Now drivers weren't necessarily having flats from that, but it's walk the line.
Right.
Um, it's exciting to see, and I'm curious. Obviously this is a wider tire, so I'm just be curious to see how the tires wear today, especially over the long run, which it looks like we're going to get to see a long run after that initial caution.
Right.
Um, so
So if I had to guess, I would say that Goodyear probably put all their nuts into this bucket for Phoenix. They didn't want to have a poor short track package as far as their tire goes. They've had issues earlier this season with their short track tires, but it seems as the season wore on and they got more and more information from the teams and drivers that they've really been able to produce a really good compound for these guys to use. And like you said, with the cording at the Xfinity race, could that have been because the Xfinity guys knew what was at stake, and so they were driving a little bit harder on their tires, or was it a product of Goodyear not putting as efficient of a tire out for the Xfinity guys?
right, and honestly, I think the secret's been to run a softer tire.
Right,
We saw it at Martinsville last week. It was really, I mean, yeah, it creates a lot of marbles, but it also allows for a lot of passing, and
right,
that's important. That's important on the short track. I can't stand watching these short track follow the leader races. It's just brutal.
right,
I think they fixed it. I think Bristol showed them the first Bristol race where they were having those tire issues. I think it showed them really what they needed was a compound that was softer and going to allow for more wear, less grip. Sometimes can benefit. As far as what we get to see, it's harder for the drivers, but
right.
um,
You know what's exciting is this track is going to change over the course of the next 2.5 hours. These guys start in the sunlight, right? But this sun's going to go down and this track is going to change. It's going to get cooler. The cars are going to get more grip. These guys are going to start searching different areas of the track to find out where their car is working well and where it's not. So we're going to see some big changes, and especially with the championship guys, let's pay attention to how well they adjust as the track adjusts.
right.
Trioval said, if you remember that first race at Phoenix this year with the new short track package showed promise for how that race eventually played out with the 54 doing really well. If I remember correctly, the 54's engine expired. We were talking about that earlier this year where Toyota was just going through engines like crazy and we could not put our finger on it. And then, of course, the 20 coming out and winning that race. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It looks like they've really gotten the short track stuff figured out, Tri-Oval. And that was a concern there for a little bit because short track racing, I mean, NASCAR fans love them some short track racing. And when the package isn't putting out a good product, man, that's a good way to lose some fans real quick.
Hey guys, I have to apologize, but I'm gonna have to hop off here, hide my camera for a second. I'll be back in just a moment. Thank you.
All right, bud. So yeah, everybody that's still in here hanging out with us, we really appreciate you guys. We started this idea, this concept in July. We had some guys within the industry come on the show and hang out with us. They have been absolutely incredible in the support that they have shown, along with everybody else that follows along. If you've taken a second to like one post, if you've taken a moment to share one of our any one of our information that comes out throughout the week, thank you. That stuff goes a long way. So it looks like Martin Truex Jr. has found himself on a little bit of a Sunday drive. Now he's chasing down Joey Logano. Joey Logano's got himself a little bit of a rocket too. Now, like I said, Joey Logano and these guys are going to have to figure out when the track starts changing and what they're going to have to do to keep up with those changes. Because if you don't adjust your car to match what the track is changing, you're going to find yourself in the back of the pack in real quick. So we got Kyle that jumped in with us. Good to see you, Kyle. Yeah, we appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, we played around with the idea of going live, just to get a feel for it. We wanted to engage with you guys. We want to know what your thoughts are. Who do y'all think is going to win? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a championship driver. Tri-Oval said they hit the lottery at the spring Bristol race with the tire issues. It forced them to make them look. It forced them to look to make a controllable variable to improvement. And also, Tri-Oval, and forgive me for not getting your name if you want to throw that in there for us. But Richmond, when they threw the different tire compound options with these guys, that proved to be incredible. Now, we saw some guys go against the grain like Daniel Suarez, and he went to softers quick, and man, he was flying all the way through the field. And then everybody else was saving their softers for later in the race. So that was a lot of fun. Now, in my opinion, give them all unlimited soft and let them go tear it up for 2.5 hours. Let us enjoy that kind of racing, Y'all get over to Tri-Oval's page and give him a follow and a like and all that good stuff. Yeah, and like we said, guys, we're going to do stage 1 with you guys just so we can hang out a little bit, engage, get your thoughts on the season, on the race as a whole, and then we'll jump off and we're going to go enjoy the back half of the race offline. That way we're not double duty in here. But yeah, man, it's this racing season has been it just flew by. When the season started, let's see. When the season started earlier this year, myself, another buddy of mine, we went out to Texas and Coda, had an absolute blast. Linked up with Ryan here. Ryan will jump back in here in a moment. And then he went to Pocono and Watkins Glen. And then right after that, me and my buddy went out to Bristol and hung out there for a little while. It's just been a crazy season. And we're just so grateful for every opportunity that we've gotten to date. Richard says, I can almost guarantee that the 12 car will have the fastest pit stops. My fellow racer that also races at Wall Stadium Speedway in New Jersey is the front tire changer for the 12. Flores, let's go, boys. Hey, that's awesome, man. Richard, if you want to get your buddy in touch with us, we would love to have him on the show, get his story of where he got his start and how he got going. Yeah, Trioval said, yeah, going live watching the race is awesome for engagement. I did it back in the summertime and got hit with violations. Yeah, you let us know of that about 30 minutes or about 20 minutes ago, and we really appreciate it because I went ahead and muted mine. Ryan had his on just faint enough, so hopefully, that's not an issue. I think if we were going to get copyrighted, they would have nailed us already. So I think we're good to go. But we really appreciate you looking out for us in that aspect. So Joey Logano is actually the one out on a Sunday drive today. And again, that's not going to be a forever thing. The track is gonna go through all sorts of changes. You're going to get your pit cycles, of course. It's going to flip stuff around. Looks like Reddick made it up to 6. He's got Blaney just absolutely barreling down on him in 7th. Byron in 4th. So we've got all 4 of our championship 4 in the top 7. I'd say that's pretty darn good as far as stage 1 goes. Now, there are no stage points, y'all. For those who aren't aware, throughout the season, stage 1 and stage 2 would award stage points that all the drivers would collect. Not in the championship race. This is winner take all. If the 3 of the guys in the championship 4 wreck out and you complete one more lap than they do, you're going to be the champion. Hopefully we don't see that. We want to see the champions all finish out their season. I'm sorry, the championship 4 guys all finish out their season on the lead lap under green. So we just hope for the best in that aspect. You never want to see one of your championship 4 wreck out early. We are so excited. We're really excited for the off season, y'all. We've got interviews coming up with some industry experts that we're really looking forward to. We've got a couple more we're sitting on that we haven't quite released yet that we were waiting for the season to end and kind of give you guys some content once the season was wrapped up. But man, the feedback so far has been incredible. It's just been so much fun. Trial of a Life says, what is your favorite championship race under the current championship race concept? Do you mean my favorite championship track? Like which track would I prefer to have it at? Or what do you mean by that, Trioval? If I had to pick a track, obviously Miami put on a really good show this year. It was such a racy track as a whole that it was really cool to see all the different lines and everything that these guys could run. As far as Phoenix, obviously, when you get different shaped tracks and different size tracks, the cars are going to react differently. So the racing product's not going to be as good. But every track is unique in its own form, but there's still a lot of strategy that goes into it. These guys have to navigate through not only their championship competitors, but the other 34 cars on the racetrack. My favorite year. That's a good question. I think that this might be not good for a lot of fans, but I thought it was really intriguing that Rowdy Busch in 2015, having the injuries that he had and was still able to enter the playoffs and get through the playoffs through that format and win himself a championship. Everybody says there's an asterisk next to Kyle Busch's first championship, but I don't think that's entirely true. I think he got in fair and square, regardless of injury at the beginning of the season. And then when crunch time came and he had to go get the championship, he went out there and got it. So he had the same opportunity as everybody else, but he just went out there and did it. Ryan Trioval asked, what's your favorite year for the championship race concept?
Well, I mean, the playoffs have been lights out this year, but I don't know. I heard you on the tail end of the first KFB championship, which was just remarkable. I might have to say Tony Stewart's with Stewart Haas racing. I mean, dude just had to go on an absolute tear to win that championship, and basically he found himself limping into the postseason, and then just was unbelievably dominant in the postseason. I mean, and ate up a ton of points gap to be able to do what he did, and that one was when you go back and look at the history books. I mean, that one was very, very impressive as well,
and special too, especially for Kevin. So yeah, Trioval. That would be, I believe, if I remember correctly, that was 2013 for Kevin Harvick, and that would be 2015 for Kyle Busch. Yeah, I think that'd have to be our favorites. Well, Trioval, I
Oh
didn't.
no, not Kevin Harvick's. Tony Stewart's.
Oh, Tony Stewart. I'm sorry, Ryan.
When he won the 14 with the 14 car.
Right, you're right.
That
I'm sorry.
over Carl Edwards. That was
Right. Trioval. I didn't mean that Kyle broke any rules. I just meant I thought it was awesome that he still was able to win a championship even though he had missed, a couple months with the injury. Randy Nye just jumped in with us. Randy, I appreciate you jumping in, bud. Welcome to Championship Weekend with Five Lug Racing. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Good to see you, man. Who do you got winning today, bud? And if you get a chance, Randy, throw a like on there and share it for us, bud. See if we can get some more traffic in here with us. We got 13 laps in stage one. I think we'll probably go into stage two just a little bit, but then we'll wrap it up so that everybody can enjoy the rest of the championship race in their own way. Yeah, Randy says, yeah, rest in peace, Bobby Allison. Of course, here at Five Lug Racing, our thoughts go out to the entire Allison family and the entire NASCAR community. Obviously, Bobby Allison fans across the sport. It was just a tough announcement. It was really special to see that he got his deserved win. I know, Ryan, one of the questions we had, since Bobby Allison got that win, does that take Richard Petty's win total down to 199? And we never got an actual answer on that.
I think there's just a whole lot of question marks there that there's no definitive answer for, but I don't know if they changed it because I don't think that there was ever really declared an official winner of that Bowman Gray race, and
Right.
that might be the whole confusion.
Right.
But I can't imagine walking away from a race going, "Who won?"
No, that's crazy. That's absolutely
Yeah.
crazy. Now, the original Daytona 500, did they have that same issue? That three wide finish that nobody knew who won, and they had to wait a little while after that?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
I was saying the original Daytona 500, did they have some sort of three wide finish where they weren't exactly sure who won because they didn't have the technology that we have today? And so they spent forever trying to figure out who won them?
Yeah, that could be as well. Yeah, I mean, I certainly appreciate the timing and scoring capabilities we have today. It eliminates a lot of that mess.
Yeah, absolutely. Trioval Life says the Broken Wheel Bearing podcast. They said they got a buddy up there in Pennsylvania area.
Oh, that's awesome. Is it Eastern PA or Western PA? I'm about an hour south of Pocono, Pennsylvania. Pocono Raceway.
Right. Looks like we got commercials still going. Excuse me for 1 second, everybody. I'll still be on audio. I have to stretch. Oh, yeah. Ryan, I can't hear you, bud. Just letting you know.
Oh,
there we go. Now I can hear you.
Sorry about that. I had myself muted.
There you go.
We got about 6 laps to go in stage one, and just want to send a shout out and appreciate everybody for hopping on and chatting racing with us. Something Don and I wanted to do a little different today. Just thank you and show face just besides these live video, the recorded videos that we do, and it's been an exciting race so far as far as the championship four are concerned. I mean, Logano right now at that track position, stuck back in traffic though. Truex seems to be catching him.
Yep.
Reddick and Blaney neck and neck. I mean, seems like that track position is really going to matter today. It just harder to pass than on these longer runs from what I'm seeing.
Right. And you want to talk about the importance of your pit crew, especially in a track position race. This is your bread and butter right here. This is why these guys practice all off season long. This is why these guys put in the blood, sweat, and tears for their driver to have the best opportunity to get off pit road. And these guys don't get enough love, and we're going to make sure and to continue to keep doing that as our journey continues also.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 12 and 45 are just absolutely racing the heck out of each other. It's really fun to see too.
And and they're doing it very clean and methodically. And that's what you want to see. The 12's got a good run here, but I think the 45 will carry the momentum through the top lane for this. Obviously, you want to have stage points are out the window for this. You just got to beat the guys you're racing at the end of this race.
Right.
And you don't have to win it. As we saw last year, you don't have to win it to be the champion. You just got to finish better than the other three drivers, right? So,
Blaney sending it all the way down to the bottom of the apron. That move, of course, is the shorter distance across the track, but you lose a little bit momentum, and that's why you see Tyler Reddick able to battle back on the outside. He's carrying that momentum all the way around through the turn, allows him to come out of the turn a little bit faster than Blaney that cut across the bottom of the apron.
Yeah.
We are in the final lap of the final first stage of the season, Ryan. I can't believe this race is already a third over. Man, I get sad thinking that this is the last race that we're covering this year. Of course, we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff with you guys in the off season. We can't wait for that, of course. But man, it's been an absolute pleasure doing this with you, bro.
Yeah, likewise, man. And this is exciting. We'll see. I guess we'll stay on through these pit stops, see how that plays out, and then maybe we can hop on post race if there's time. But
yeah, absolutely. Let's jump back on it. We know everybody's going to jump on as soon as the race over to talk about it, so we might as well be here with you guys.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to see how this plays out. I'm excited. First stage is let kind of see where the dust settles, and then now I feel like now the real race begins, because it's the first time that the teams are going to have the chance to service these cars, make some adjustments based off the feedback the drivers are giving them. Tyler is stating that he's got a lot of the same conditions that he had in practice. A little loose in 1 and 2. So again, have the track change too as the day goes on, and this race should finish in the twilight hours, right? So
right.
You would think the track temperatures would drop a little bit. May play into the handling of the race cars, but you gotta be careful when you work on these things, because you don't want to over adjust, and you definitely don't want to under adjust and be behind the 8 ball. But one bad adjustment could really going into stage 2 mess up your day. So really interested to see how this plays out. And then, of course, how quickly can everybody get off pit road? Logano right now obviously is in the catbird seat. Looks to have a really, really fast 22 car.
Yep. And those Penske guys do not mess around with those pit stops either. They are lightning fast.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you can argue the weakest link on pit road as far as pit crews are concerned is the 45, in my honest outright opinion. The Hendrick teams and those Penske crews, they're going to bring it. You got to have clean pit stops though. Got to get in and out of pit road cleanly here. But everybody's coming 4 tires and fuel, so we're going to find out very shortly.
You bring up the 45 and the pit road issues as far as being the weakest link. That's really interesting because they were outsourcing their pit crews from Gibbs, if I remember correctly. Once they decided to stop doing that, they're building their own pit teams now. So they're going to mix together. Sometimes that takes a couple seasons for these teams to figure out together.
Yeah. This will be exciting.
Yep, here we go. Buckle up.
I mean, it's too hard to pick a winner right now. I mean, it's easy to pick the 22 because he was dominant here, but I mean, obviously the running order can change after these pit stops.
Let's see how the 22 does with a dirty nose, because we've seen drivers' cars absolutely flip a script from being out front all day to falling back a couple positions in traffic, and their car is just not happy about it. So if the 22 is not able to get off quick, look for him to struggle a little bit.
Right. Right. And that very well could happen. I mean, there's good teams around there. You got obviously the split screen of all the championship 4 drivers hitting pit road. But I mean, you got Truex, Bell right there as well in the mix with good pit crews. And
all right, here we go.
Solid pit stop from the 45 bunch. As far as they're concerned, they came out tucked right behind. But Chase Elliott looks like he's going to win the race off of pit road. 4 tires, fuel, and plus 4 positions. Bell. You got Byron moving up a spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everybody's showing out. And let's shout out to that 24 car. That car looks awesome today.
Yeah, that's the same scheme he ran in Daytona for the 500, and
right.
That is a really sick looking scheme. It's just it's very clean. It's he's got the flames, got the just the black and white Exalta, and it's just clean. It looks it pops.
Joey Logano dropped 4 spots coming out of pit road right there. We just talked about this before they went to pit road. Let's see how that 22 reacts when he's got dirty air on his nose.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting restart. And not only that, but we got to look at how these lane choices and, obviously restarts are the key to this race. You got to get as much as you can, but you got to be careful not getting dive bombed entering into turn 1. And also the lane violations. You got to watch that too. We've seen it in both the Xfinity and the truck race. NASCAR has been very strict on people jumping the restart, and that you can't pull out a line before you cross start finish. It's as simple as that.
Stay in line, guys.
Stay in line. Don't kill yourself on something stupid. This is stage 2 now, so there's less margin for error, a lot less time to recover if there is a mistake. I'm just going to point out, I don't think it's much relevance, but the free pass went to Daniel Hemrick there after stage 1.
Okay.
So he's back on the lead lap. So it does appear that we will have, I will say 34 drivers on the lead lap still. So
34 and 1 DNF so far.
Right.
But yeah, man. Hey, Ryan, I really enjoyed, hanging out for stage 1. And of course, with our followers that jumped in for a little bit, we appreciate all you guys. Like you said, if you're down, we'll jump back on here towards post thing for everyone.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for tuning in so far. Enjoy the rest of the race. Hopefully we'll be able to hop on after.
There you go. Y'all have a great